Ah, time to finally relax because, well, folks, the day has finally come. 11th grade is now out for me, and now I'm on summer vacation. And now that it's summer, I have so much time to make the stuff I want to make, find the things I want to find, do the things I want to do, meet the things I want to meet. From the summer trip to big things that are coming from my channel, and possibly getting a new phone and hopefully an SD card and stuff like that, so I don't have to keep worrying about all the storage problems, stuff like that. So I don't have to keep juggling between devices and photos and backing up and figuring out what to back up and yada yada and just annoyance and stuff like that. And it still needs to be fixed now. But before we get to all that, I want to recap today and maybe just a bit about this year and how it's been for me. School is usually not too hard for me. I usually find it quite easy and relaxing at times. I used to find it struggly, though I didn't complain too much about it, aside from other times that I can talk about in the future. But today was a lot of fun. As you guys know, COVID has caused schools to make days into A and B blocks and stuff like that, so I would have my first three periods physics, language arts, and choir on A days, and then B days would be um, algebra 2, drawing, and economics. However, for these last two half days and stuff like that, because of them shortening the classes down for these days from 100 minutes to 90 or so, and also removing the third period and cafeteria time, it instead became just two classes, then two classes, and then two classes, and then Monday and Tuesday beforehand were normal A days and B days. So I had algebra, or no, I had physics and language arts first, and those got taken care of nice and easily. It was fun to do those. We had a substitute for physics, and he was nice. He showed us most of Interstellar, so that was fun. And language arts was nice to recap and say goodbye to Miss Lands, and she was a great teacher. And then afterwards was chorus, which was also fun because we finished watching The King, and I got to finish talking with all my other chorus members and preparing for BCC. And you guys already know about how I'm going on a New York trip around Thanksgiving, and also other fun stuff, camp when school starts up again for BCC, just good stuff. That, and also afterwards was algebra, simple, easy pickings. And that was the day I finally got to talk with Soraya a little bit on the way out of school and got her number, which I didn't actually talk about in the video so far, and only I did in the description and comments of my last video or so. So now, this girl, Soraya, who I've known for a long time and all, I remember first meeting her in like the second half of the school year, back in like freshman year, and I was good friends with her, kind of talking, and we would often sit next to one another and sometimes meet each other in other classes. And then I've been having quite a bit of a crush on her because she's funny and beautiful, smirky and charming, and just lovable, to be honest. She's short with tanned hair because, or no, I'm sorry, brown curly hair with some blonde bits in there, kind of, and she's very stumpy but also very fun and likable, and has a tanned skin coloration and all, which I think is normal and natural because of her race, I believe. She's not black or Indian, I don't think. I don't know. But yeah, so it's fun to get a number from her and stuff like that. We were having small talk on the way out. Nothing wrong with having confidence and all. Don't be afraid to talk to a girl, guys. It's perfectly fine. Or a boy, if anybody like Anna, Honey, Misty, etc. is watching this. And obviously, I know Misty already has someone, of course. But as for today, though, it was a lot of fun. First came drawing, and I got to pick up all my drawings and stuff like that that I had already given to my teacher, Mr. Masters, who was a lot of fun. And I've always liked him, and he's always liked me. And yeah, anything else that I still had yet to get back, he gave back to me and passed out. And during all this, we were watching videos on the board that he was showing us and stuff like that, and we were making little fun sketches or detailed drawings and stuff like that of a strawberry shortcake with smiles and stuff like that in it, and a fun, cute, big, fluffy, fat daddy cat with a mustache and a cutesy little fat girl kitten and stuff like that. They were out and about fishing on a tube, picking up little fishies in the bottom and stuff like that. I should show that to you guys. As well as a mini Deadpool, and finally a little recreation drawing of a little character named Lucas the Spider, which I remember in like 2018 or 19 or so. I remember watching a few videos of that little series and stuff like that. And it's fun, cute. I like it. It's so charming. I like it. So yeah, that was that, and had a nice little talk with Mr. Masters, saying goodbye and everything, thanking him for such a nice school year with him. And finally was economics with Mr. Newitt today. And we got a little surprise, and it was to make a little essay on a sheet of paper. It wasn't like a super long paragraph constructive essay. It was just kind of like spouting words on and on and on and on until you kind of ran out of space, and then put your name at the bottom. And it was just simply about like some stuff that we learned and thanking him for showing us like videos from this Mr. Clifford guy, which one of which was Cars based, if you guys remember. That was really cool. It's so odd seeing Mr. Newitt and all these other students you've talked with and have gotten to know and stuff like that. One of which I showed the Thomas reboot to a while back, and he was disgusted by it. And seeing them all sit together and watching a video on the screen, or should I say whiteboard and stuff like that, from the projector, and all of a sudden cars like Greg Candyman and Eugene Kabareski, Misty Motorcross, Brush, Aiken, Darren, you name it, are all on the screen all of a sudden, and it's the most exciting thing ever. Seeing all these characters that you know so well, and yes, it was only Cars 1 stuff, and seeing them on the screen at your school and stuff like that, like all these people that you know from the outside, and then seeing the cars inside of you, that's so cool. But yeah, that was a while back. So I thanked him for all that good stuff, and I showed it to him like all the others, but I asked something different from everyone else. I wanted him to check mine first, because he wasn't yet. He read through it, said, "Wow, Wyatt, thank you very much." And I asked for him to give it back to me and all as a sort of keepsake, or a little reminder of him and his efforts to teach me, which was always really good. So yeah, I thanked him very much for that. And afterwards, and for all the kids that were done already, they were doing hangman and stuff like that. It was mostly the whole class was silent, like most of the time during the hangman thing. Only like a small group of like girls and 2 big boys and stuff like that were doing hangman and stuff like that. And I decided to join in, and I was helping guess, figuring out letters and combinations and stuff like that, saying, "You already guessed R like 3 times." And they were like, "Wow, how did you know that so well?" And I got to do my own ones with everybody else up in front. And the ones I did, no joke, were Axiom, which is a ship in Wall-E, Oompa Loompa, Iceberg right ahead. I said phrase for that one. And I got cut off before they could finish guessing this one, because they would have not have guessed this. But I said it's something nobody in this building would know about or understand, but it is very much related to me in a way you did not expect. And guess what it was? I put, because like they were guessing a few letters, got a few right, and they were like, "What is this even?" And then the thing rang, and people were starting to get going and all. And I quickly wrote the thing on the whiteboard before Mr. Newitt actually let everybody go, so everyone could still see it. And I wrote Dud Throttleman on the whiteboard, and they're like, "Dud Throttleman, what the heck is that?" And I remember seeing people looking it up and stuff like that. Huh. But before all that, though, and all, when I was getting the other hangman guesses and stuff like that and all, people were saying, like, "What is your, like, IQ or something like that? What's your grade point average? How do you know all this stuff? What do you do in your free time? Holy cow." It's like all the girls were, like, wanting to know more about me. Wow. I was not expecting me, of all people, to suddenly become the next chick magnet. Grrr. But yeah. And then afterwards, I thanked Mr. Newitt and any, like, fellow students and teachers and staff members I recognized in the hallway on the way out, saying goodbye to them. And a nice little stroll home, listening to some music and my YouTube poops and stuff like that, some of which I have yet to upload, on a nice little day. It was still cloudy and stuff like that because it had rained earlier. And now I'm here at home, and my mom's looking at my artwork, thanking me, and she's going to take me to go get ice cream soon, before making me some nice soup. So yeah, what a wonderful school year. And yes, I did get all like A's and B's and stuff like that near the end, which is good. And I've held those for a while on a few of my classes, like drawing and chorus. Those have always been really great. So yeah, I've had a great school year, and I cannot wait for senior year. I just don't want everything to go by too fast is all. The only thing I want to come faster is Mac Icar's arrival. Give me him so I can then order Brush Kerber and stuff like that. I want to order as many cars in my lifetime as possible. So yeah, how did school go for you guys? And is there any questions you have for me? And no, I did not get any school yearbook. I haven't for high school at all, because they're so expensive. But my mom will get me one for senior year, of course. So yeah, that's all I have to say. And guess what? Today is both the birthday for Cars 2 and Toy Story 3. Which one would you like to see me talk about? I haven't talked about any Toy Story movies yet so far, and I have done all the Cars movies except for Cars 2. So I feel like it would be nicer to complete the trilogy, and then later on in the year, do Toy Story 2 and 1, because I know they came out in the later half of the year for when they came out, and then do Toy Story 3 next year and stuff like that is a nice little conclusion. I feel like that's more fitting. So tell me what you want if you've made it this far, which I know some of you don't. You just say like, "Cool, Wyatt, I got out like 3 weeks ago or something." So yeah, that's basically it.